Hello friends, myself Anupama. In today's video, I will cover different Java interview questions and answers that frequently asked in the interviews. Those questions are applicable to both fresher as well as experience. Let's start. First is, what is the Java 8? Basically, Java 8 was released on 2014 and it is considered as a major release of a Java. It contains new feature, enhancement, bug fixes to improve efficiency of a program. Java 8 also provides support for functional programming. Next question is, what are the advantages of a Java 8? It makes code compact, readable and reusable. We are adding various features in Java 8 which reduce the length of a code. It also provides support for parallel execution. It added high stability and provides stable environment. Next question is, what are a Java 8 feature? And it is the most commonly questions by maximum interviewer. Different Java 8 features are Lambda expression, functional interfaces, method references, default method, stream API, datetime API, optional classes, and JavaScript Engine. We will discuss few of these features in detail. First is, what is a functional interface? Functional interface is nothing but an interface which contains single abstract method. It is annotated by using annotation at functional interface. Using a Lambda expression, we provide implementation to it. Here, I written an example of a functional interface for reference. Next is, what is a Lambda expression? It is the biggest feature of a Java 8. Lambda expression is nothing but an anonymous or unnamed method. It is a short block of a code which takes a parameter and return a value. We are characterized by following manner. Here we pass a parameter list, then forward arrow operator, then provide an expression. In previous slide, we discussed functional interface. Here, I written a Lambda expression. Using that, I provide implementation to that functional interface. Next is, what is a default method and why it is required? Default method is nothing but a method in the interface that has a predefined body is known as a default method. It uses the keyword default. Let's assume before Java 8, if we want to add one more abstract method in an interface, then what happened? It will break all implemented classes. In order to avoid it, they introduce default method. Here we should add dummy implementation in a default method and we should override it where it required so it won't impact other classes. Next is, what are static methods in interfaces? Static method in interface are those methods which are defined in interface with the keyword static. Let's suppose I want to add some common implementation in all implemented classes. So instead of adding this same implementation in each and every classes, I can write this implementation inside a static method in an interface so that it gets applicable to all classes. What happened? It reduces the length of a code, and as it's a static method, no one can override it and no one can modify this implementation. Here I written one example of a static method as well as default method in the way we can implement it. Next is, what is a meta space? How does it differ from permanent generation memory? Before Java 8, we are using permanent generation memory to store a metadata of a class. But it has a fixed size, so we can't increase it. Java 8 introduced a meta space. It is used to store a metadata of a class and it is not a part of actual Java space, so we can increase it dynamically. This improves garbage collection, auto-tuning, and also offer deallocation of a metadata. Next is, what are the various categories of predefined functional interfaces? In Java, as we discussed, they introduce functional interfaces. So they introduce few classes. First is function. It is used to perform some operations and return some result. Here I written one example and using apply, we can execute it. Next is a predicate. Predicate accept input of any type and return only boolean value. We can execute using a test function. Next is a consumer. As the name suggests, it consumes a value but not return any value. We can execute using accept function. Next is supplier. Supplier returns a value but do not accept input. Then come operator. It comes in a function when object input type is same as its output. There are different operator. First is binary operator, double binary operator, and there are many operator classes that I written here. Next is what is a method reference? Method reference is a compact way of referring to a method of functional interface. We use the method reference by using a double colon. The syntax of a method reference is class double colon method name. Method reference is equivalent to a Lambda expression. Here I give an example where I call a parseInt function of an integer, and I also return equivalent Lambda expression as well. Here also I given one more strict example. Next and final question is what is optional class? Optional class is used to check null pointer exceptional. It is nothing but a container. Here I given one example where I initialize string Java. I store this string inside a container, and by using isPresent I will check does container contain this value or not, and using get function I can retrieve those value. If you want more video on any Java topic, please add comment in comment box. Please don't forget to like and subscribe my channel. Thank you.